There are 3 red flags in this $12 million London property. Now, as we watch the tour, I will pause the frame and allow you 3 seconds to spot the flaw yourself before I reveal it. I'm the How to Buy a Mansion guy. My name is Arvin Haddad. I've critiqued over 1,000 properties because I don't want you to make a mistake when you design, build, or buy a property yourself. Let's watch this one together.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got another insane tour for you today. We're in Northwood in Greater London, where we're going to be showing you inside this stunning home behind me, but we'll stick a map up on the screen so you can see exactly where we are in the country. Now the property is at £15 million and it is listed with Dan from the agency group. It's got 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms and over 13,000 square feet.
Can you spot the flaw? I'll give you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's analyze this architectural style. What have they tried to actually do? This was an older building. They've done an extension. You can see the white stucco part sticking out where the garage is. That's the extension. In the process of extending the property, they've also tried to modernize it. So they didn't continue with the traditional architecture that it had, or they didn't try to glorify, even, add value or even make it more ornate, double down on the architectural style. No, they tried to modernize it. Now, that is by itself not a, flaw. But when you do such a horrible job at modernizing it and making it look like, stand out like a sore thumb, right? It's a disaster, okay? They have not fix the symmetry of the property. They have just added a ton of windows and glass fixtures to bring natural light, which I could admire and be happy, but they have completely sacrificed the form for function. And I'm a big fan of function, okay, but not at a complete annihilation of an architectural design. This style will never be significant, will never have pedigree, and it will age horribly in the future.
As we come in, we have 2 separate electronic gates that open up into the property so you can actually drive in and out.
I really like it. You have a horseshoe driveway, so you do have a frontage. You have a good front setback. So far, so good.
And I just want to show you guys from the outside this incredible glass box. This glass encased staircase is what it is, really. It's absolutely massive.
It's absolutely useless. This glass encasement is bringing natural light to an area where you really didn't need natural light. This stairway did not need this much natural light. If you were gonna try to fix the natural light problem in a property, okay, bring it to somewhere where it needs it. What you've done over here is you've created a privacy issue. If you're trying to go downstairs with your underwear, the whole neighborhood is going to find out. That's a massive negative. What they're trying to do here, they never committed to fixing the symmetry of this property, because this extension to the right where the garage is was always going to look different, okay? So instead of attempting or trying to create the symmetry between the left and right, they gave up on that and they decided, you know what, we're going to do the counter to it. So we're going to even make it more messy. We're going to basically counter attack the design by even making it more unsymmetrical, okay, to give it an identity, and it did not land.
You join us inside now. We're in the entrance hall where we've got massives and massives of space. We can see all the way through to the garden.
Okay, look at that wow factor. Incredible. Really pleasing. The wow factor is when you walk into the house, the first 3 seconds what you see. Okay, a lot of times buyers, right, when for resale talking about, they make their decision right off the bat. Like if you wow them immediately, they find all the reasons to like the property, and if you don't, they start picking on stuff that they don't really need to pick on, right? They find reasons not to buy the house. And this property's wow factor delivers on so many fronts. First of all, you can see the depth of the house, depth of the yard, and you see greenery at the end. It's a promise to you that this house is going to be amazing. And then look at the width of this hallway. You have a foyer. Now, this is a lot of wasted square footage, but it seems like this is a pretty large property and they got to afford to have this, great hallway to show the depth, show the wow factor. I think it's absolutely stunning so far.
But yeah, we've got this massive gallery landing section that looks down over the front door with these hanging lights that you can actually see from outside.
Yeah.
Got some great artwork as well. Floating staircase here that goes all the way up to the first floor. Just want to show you this little art section here. It's almost like an art gallery. I think it's definitely worth showing you guys. We've got some really cool pieces here.
Can you spot the flaw? I give you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. No coat closet, no mudroom. That's absolutely needed, right? In Europe or London, 100%. This whole area where the art section is, there should be built-ins over here. There should be shoe cabinets, clothes cabinets, completely decked out. Otherwise, you're inviting water, mud, dirt into the house, right? Absolutely necessary.
I love that these tiles have sort of the detailing within them.
Yes, if you look closer, it's kind of like henna.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like the henna pattern.
Yeah, I see that. But yeah, we've got really, really wide, high ceilings as well. Awesome, loads of space. We're going to head into the first room here. We have a study right by the front of the property with some really cool ambient lighting in the shelves as well.
Okay, a typical place to put an office. I'm not against it.
Some great decorative pieces here.
Yeah.
Look awesome, don't they? And then we've got another study through here, but this one's significantly larger.
It's like a little library in here.
Yes, exactly. Got some awesome artwork up behind the desk, but we've got a seating area in here as well as a TV.
Now you're like, wait a minute, 2 offices on each side of the hallway? That's not normal. Why would you want to put 2 different offices, right? Right as soon as you walk in. Well, they kind of had to. That width of the hallway forced their hand. They wanted to give that wow factor, that width, that, optical line of sight to the end of the backyard when you walk in, to give that, promise that this is going to be a great property. By doing that and committing to that, you created kind of 2 half spaces on each side of the hallway that you had to give it utility to. And considering this property is geared towards an entrepreneur who works from home, I think they've made a right decision here. A smaller office and a bigger office where you could even have employees. You could have an outside access from people coming from the side yard and getting your work done. And actually, using this square footage in the best way you can.
We've got the black wood flooring all the way through that room as well. We're going to head to the bottom of this little corridor where we have this lovely little studio/lounge.
I love this room.
This sofa is so cool as well, right?
It is.
It's awesome. Got lots of different colour themes on here.
We've
actually got a little bar set up there too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What the hell was that? Like... Yeah, is that a guest bedroom? Is that a bedroom lounge? Why do we need a bedroom lounge? Like you don't have a living room in the house? You didn't give any utility to this. And I don't think there's a bathroom or a shower for a guest bedroom. What was the purpose of this room? If you don't give utility to every space in the house, you failed. Okay? Every space in the house is competing for attention and for you to spend time in it. And this room had nothing. You should have at least made it to a library or a gym or some sort of functionality where people would have an excuse to spend time in there. And they just completely failed at that.
Got some storage in here, access to that there. And then we've got a utility section in here with all the washing machines and stuff.
Peek ahead.
Yep, we've actually got a his and hers toilet with the badges on them as well. We've got some really cool ambient lighting. We've actually got a bonsai tree in there too.
Ooh.
That's how you secure the vibes. The bonsai tree. And then in hers, a similar design, again with the ambient lighting, and the toilets look really cool too. They're like egg-shaped.
Okay, this doesn't make any sense. Why did you have a his and her bathroom? The only thought that comes to my head is like there's some like tax incentive, tax deduction that they're getting to qualify the house as a work from home office, and they had to follow the regulations to have a his and her bathroom. Otherwise, why would you put 2 powder rooms right next to each other? Either make it one big powder room or place them away from each other so people don't have to travel so much to use the restroom.
But we're going to head on into this open plan space now. It's actually roughly 1,600 square feet just in this open plan section.
Yeah,
so
it's
there's
crazy.
Tons of room. And yeah, that leads us on to this dining table here, which is perfectly positioned in front of these dual aspect glass walls.
Okay, this is brilliant. Okay, look, they could not leave this area empty. They've already used so much of the square footage for the hallway to give that luxurious entrance, right? They have to give utility to this space, and they've done it brilliantly by choosing a round table to allow the energy to go around it, okay? Not block the energy, not block the wow factor, right? So it's a very soft touch. You have what, an 8-person round table. It's a pretty large table. A lot of people could eat over here. And you don't block the view, you don't block the energy, and get the dining table out of the way in a very warm way where everyone is seated. A lot of people can get views to the backyard. Beautiful, beautiful execution. Very smart choice of table shape, height, and energy flow.
Okay, so now let's head on into this kitchen space. We've got an absolutely huge workbench / kitchen island. Again with the dark wood throughout here as well. So I like that theme.
Yes.
It's sort of kept to that throughout the house. There's only really one type of wood, which I think looks great.
Yes.
We've got Gaggenau appliances integrated throughout the kitchen, this hob. We've actually got a gas hob as well, which is cool. You've got the option to have both. Then we've got the oven, microwave oven, plate warmer, everything you could think you possibly need, we've got it. We've even got 2 cooker taps.
Okay, let's talk about the kitchen. Let me first tell you what I love about it. I love its location. I love how it interacts and connects with all the rooms it should. You're connecting with the dining room, you're connecting with the family room, but you also are kind of like a command position. You're looking into the backyard, you can see where the kids are, and it's literally in the heart of the house, right? Beautiful, beautiful execution of the layout. I absolutely love it. Now, here are the things I don't like about it. Choice of material. For a property of this caliber and having had so many good things going on for it, I think the choice of cabinets and the counters is very, very poor, and it's just not up to par of what I was expecting.
So now we're gonna head into this lounge area. Huge amounts of seatings, very soft. I think I need to do the sit test on this one because it looks very comfy.
Okay, this is the definition of indoor-outdoor living. This is the definition of an open layout. It's absolutely stunning. The number one flaw is low ceiling heights, and you were always going to get that, right, with a renovated home. And that's why brand new construction, where you don't have these limitations on height, right, always cost more and is worth more than a renovated property. Overall, the execution of this floor has been extremely well. The number one flaw to me is that they never really gave utility to that one room, and it just really got lost in the rest of the house.
Awesome. We've actually opened up these sliding doors that come out to the garden.
Okay, can you spot what they've done amazing here? I know we've been spotting flaws, okay, but let's give them credit where it's due. In this frame, they've solved the problem brilliantly. Can you spot it? 3, 2, 1. This is a sloped lot. This is not a flat lot. And look how brilliantly, by doing steps, kind of giving that amphitheater look, they're inviting you to go, okay? So they're actually creating an element of curiosity in your brain. First of all, you break that optical, block where there would be like a big elevation and a wall, right? You break that, so you give it a more of a smooth optical transition, so you look in, okay? But also by giving steps, you're giving utility where people can sit down, right? Have a conversation, but also it's like, hey, come up, there's more, right? You can't really see it that well, but there's more. Brilliant. Really, really brilliant way of fixing a mild slope lot. Absolutely stunning.
Beautiful house. We've got access here that heads out towards like the sort of side access from the front the front drive, sorry. And a great water feature there too. But we're gonna head down now and show you guys the bottom floor of this property. This basement is absolutely insane. So come with me. So you now join us in the basement level of the property, which is essentially your very own spa suite. So in here we have your very own gym, fitness suite equipped with cardio machines, free weights and some machines as well, but we've got a great view overlooking your pool. We're gonna head in there in a second.
Okay, it is a small gym, okay? Let's not sugarcoat that. But the fact that it opens to the swimming pool and the live wall, inspiring. Very, very nice.
So we're gonna head back into this entrance hall. We've got a couple of storage cupboards in here. Heading down, all of this wall is glass looking out over that pool, which looks incredible. We have that service lift that we mentioned in the kitchen here too, as well as a sort of utility space, but great for preparing for your guests. We have a sauna to the left inside these sort of misted glass doors, which I kind of just immediately reminds me of Japan. Shouldn't have been the Japanese doors, but yeah, this is absolutely huge.
Okay, great sauna, but why did you get frosted Japanese sliding doors when you had a beautiful outdoor space to look at? You just took the view out. Like, you had a great moment. Like, if you have a sauna that looks into something beautiful, why would you block that? That's a mistake.
And then we have an access point to the swimming pool here. So should we head in?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice and warm in here. As you can probably tell by the difference in sound, these glass windows are incredibly soundproof.
Yeah.
Very careful backing up across there, Jazz.
I'm being careful. Look how much space is in here, guys.
This is huge, right? Now the floor of this pool is actually retractable, so you can bring it all the way up and turn it into a dance floor.
Get out of here. Are you serious? Dude, they've spent some money. You could have spent more money on your, kitchen countertops a little bit. That's expensive stuff. But look at this indoor pool. The fact that it opens up to a huge green wall, it gives you the illusion that you're outside. And maybe that's the best answer for a climate like Europe, right? Maybe these windows could open up where you could have that kind of an outdoor vibe, outdoor feel of a swimming pool, but also the indoor necessity of having that pool because a lot of times it rains and it's cold and everything. So again, amazing execution. I was not expecting for the bottom of the pool to come up. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Now we're gonna go through this little corridor here. So we've actually got our very own massage room in here with a really cool light. Sorry, not a light, a sink.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So check out this tap.
It goes all the way up. It's like a big drop.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Using gravity, the water doesn't have to climb, it just falls down because we're below ground.
That's a really good point.
Then we have two changing facilities, his and hers. Again, we've got the men's in here with a toilet and a shower, but we'll actually go into the women's because it's a little bit bigger. But yeah, this is huge. Let me just turn the light on.
Oh yeah, that's better.
There we go. So we've got, yeah, literally changing room in here.
Okay, very good. Again, I don't think you need a his and hers, right? But I guess they had the square footage to, have it. Why not? But overall, you're getting a lot done on this floor. Great spa, decent gym, a freaking swimming pool that turns into a dance floor, a sauna, and changing rooms and showers for after, you use the swimming pool or the gym. Brilliant. So far, so good.
But now we're going to head on into this lounge area. Absolutely huge open plan room where we have this kind of wall here, which actually has a TV in it, but also a projector, a projector screen that comes down for your very own cinema room.
Wow, what an impressive space. This is amazing for adults at nighttime when the kids are sleeping, and also amazing for the kids during the day to enjoy. What a cool freaking basement. And it's not even that big. Right? It's not even that big of a square footage, but they were so clever with the square footage, the way they arranged everything. Everything opens up to the swimming pool. It has the focal point. I actually like the color palette here, okay, for what it is and the location it is. What I see is that it's unfortunate a lot in London and UK is the persistent desire to use grays. Okay, I think there's a time and place for it. Like this grays over here in this basement bar, adult lounge, movie theater, media room, it works. Okay, but for me, it doesn't work in a kitchen. Okay, you already have the gray sky, right? You already have the low cloud hanging gray sky, and if you take inspiration from that, you're doubling down to me on the downfall of the location, not the strength of the location.
So now Jazz is currently backing up through your very own private bar, which is equipped well enough for like some of the best clubs in London and hotels. It's so insane. Love all of this cabinetry here.
Did you notice the light well? Architecturally speaking, they've really focused on, function to allow natural light at the basement level. Brilliant. I think it's a great bar. It's not the most beautiful backdrop, but there's certain elements like the columns. I like the finishes on them. I like the fact that it's moody. It's really large, great for parties. You can really, really entertain here away from the guest suites and the bedrooms and the kids areas. Fantastic execution of basement. Very, very impressed.
Right, and then we've got the same style sofa this side looking the other way, more of a sort of formal lounge where you might sit and have some drinks with your guests, have a good chat. And then we head through into this insane room with a full-size snooker table.
Wow.
See, that's one thing I don't see that often in the United States. In the UK and Europe, it's pretty, it's more popular than pool or billiard. Really cool. If you really have in the United States, you have a large room that you can dedicate and learn, a new game. I think it's fantastic. I love how majestic and big it looks. And if you have the space for it, why not? It looks awesome.
So we've just come out of the access point from the relaxation room. We've got access points to the pool, which is just here. And yeah, we've got this sunken down outdoor area. And as you can see, we have got this incredible live wall. Coming on here is the main area. So we've got this large tiled kind of section here. Behind me, this is so cool, isn't it, Tom? We've got an outdoor kitchen with, you know, a roof over it, a circular roof. We've even got seating areas, kind of like a little breakfast area.
Yeah, a little
Plenty of
barbecue in there
storage.
as well. I say little, it's not little at
big
all.
barbecue.
Yeah.
What a great space. First of all, architecturally, looking out at this round feature, it was really, really cool. The fact that it's also covered, really, really well thought out. I love how it actually is round and it softens the look and doesn't intrude into the backyard, but actually is kind of like an observatory where you can actually view the backyard from. Beautiful.
And then coming over here, we have kind of like, it's giving me like
Another seating
fire
area.
pit vibes.
Fire pit, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got the fire there, this nice L-shaped outdoor couch with a low coffee table too.
The most important part of this, fireplace is also giving utility to the space, but also not blocking your wow factor. Did you notice how low everything was to allow the energy flow to the house, right? Brilliant. Again, well thought out.
Now, as you can see, we've opened the doors up here.
Yes.
And it looks amazing, doesn't it? It's like it's hanging over.
Yeah, Ennis would call this a cantilever.
Got some more seating areas here, and I love this, Tom.
Go on, hop in. It's like the world's biggest pram.
Yeah, it's like a baby Yoda pod.
Yeah, that's cool. Keeps you in the shade. Want to head up there?
Yeah, let's go. But yeah, this is very grand, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Look how huge it is. What?
Around this massive oak tree.
What a brilliant way of making something out of nothing, okay? A tree, right? But by making it a showcase, by creating this decking all around it, putting it on a pedestal, and you achieve a couple of things with it. First of all, you give it a function where people can hang out. It looks like a little bit of a theatrical place where, kids could run around, play in, right? You also give it symmetry to the barbecue round feature you had on the other side, and you continue the stepped up approach. Look how many things it solved, right? It broke that retainer wall that you would have had to look at from the inside of the house if you didn't give this a stepped up feature. You had to do that all around, okay, to create this softness and curiosity that, like, I have to go check out this backyard. You created symmetry and you make this tree feel significant, right? Give it purpose and utility. Absolutely stunning, thoughtful execution of landscaping. Really, really cool.
We've got nice landscaping around too with all the flora and fauna. It's very
Alive. Is that the word you're looking for?
Brilliant. Yeah, we've got the Buddha statue as well. Fun fact is when you have them in your homes, you have to place them, I think it's northeast, which this one is facing.
Okay, so if the Buddha is northeast facing, then the house is southwest facing, which means it has a pretty good lot orientation. You're going to get a lot of natural light during the day and even more in the evening. But they still went out of their way to make sure there's a lot of big windows, there's a lot of openings and light wells to bring natural light in. Thoughtful, because that's the differentiating factor. London, UK, is going to be, the houses are not going to be as lit. And they wanted their house to be the most lit house in the neighborhood. Well done.
Right, so we're going on a bit of an explore, haven't we? We haven't actually been up here.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So let's go. We've got this.
It's like a divide, right?
Yeah, it's like a hedge divide. And then coming on over here, wow. So this is kind of the tennis court area.
Yeah, the lawned area, so you could, set it up for tennis.
What a lot. Look at this, is really the only flat part of the lot. And this is really cool. I mean, how cool would it be if you had a grass tennis court like Wimbledon, This would be so cool. And people could watch. I don't know if there's going to be enough space for a grass court, but if you could actually pull that off, this would be awesome. Really, really cool feature.
Right, so I want to have a little look back at the house because it is exceptional, isn't it, Tom?
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, it's better than the front facade because the front facade was the worst transition or a marriage between traditional and modern architecture. It was not even a marriage. It was like a divorce. Okay, like a bad divorce. The back facade is at least the lines are still somewhat traditional, but the finishes are modern. Okay, that would have been a better take on the front facade as well. If you've taken that approach, you would have at least kept some of the modern, traditional lines and, clad them with modern features.
But I'm going to take you guys now into the bedrooms. So let's just head upstairs and I'll meet you guys there.
Let's do it.
We're now up on the first floor of the house, and as you can see, we've got windows out to the front of the property. I'm going to take you in to this set of bedrooms here. Now, we come in here and you can automatically see how symmetrical it is.
Yes.
So we've got 2 bedrooms here, and I'm going to take you in this one, and you'll figure out that the rooms are identical to each other. So they're pretty much mirrored, this whole little wing of the house. So yeah, here we have this gorgeous bedroom. I think it's got very luxurious finish to it. We've got the double bed in the middle with this kind of carpet surrounding it.
Okay, so the bedrooms are southwest facing. Fantastic. By nature, they were going to get a lot of natural light coming in, but they've even modernized them, right? Put bigger windows and openings to allow even more natural light coming. Not so bad.
So now I'm going to take you through into the most awesome walk-in wardrobe. I would have loved this. Would still love it.
Yeah, it's not past tense.
Yeah, we've got loads of rails, loads of space. We've even got a nice makeup table here with the spotlights coming down. And then in here we have the ensuite, which switches to tile. We've got the toilet in the corner, kind of like a low basin with the shelf, and then a huge shower with a massive rainfall. So Tom, we'll just peek, and so you can see kind of the other room, how similar it is. And in this one, we've got the sheer blinds that come down. You just press a little button and
got the blackouts as well.
Yeah, so we've got the blackouts which are needed. And then once again, same in the dressing room.
Yeah, absolutely. Even this area though is so cool. You've got your own little dressing area.
Can you spot the flaw? I'll give you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This is kind of cute, but it is a flaw, okay? Ideally, you want the closet and the bathrooms of these 2 kids' bedrooms to be separated and private, okay? This only works if you have the same sex siblings, okay, of around the same age, maybe twins, right? But for the future owner, if they have a 17-year-old boy and an 18-year-old girl, they just don't want to be this close to each other when they're changing. It's just not normal, right? So the fact that you have this community kind of foyer that is the meeting point of the 2 bedrooms might work for this family, but it doesn't work for all families, and that's a flaw, because this could be an issue.
Right, now coming on this way.
Again with that dark wood flooring all the way through here.
Yeah, I love it.
Same wood, it looks awesome.
Yeah, and then it's all along here too. Worth noting that we have the floating staircase here with the glass encasement. Looks so good from the outside of the property.
It does not look good from the outside of the property, my friend. It looks extremely ugly, and you really didn't need to bring this much natural light to this stairway. I don't know why they decided to do this, okay? But it's just completely ugly. To me, a much better take on the front facade would have been what they did with the back facade, okay? At least it would have been completely modernized, okay? You can't do a half-ass job this bad and think it's okay. It's neither this nor that, and it's really the ugly combination of both.
We're gonna walk up that shortly, but first, principal suite time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come straight in. We've got the mirrored wardrobes here, very tinted. It looks stunning. And then we've got a nice seating area. We've got the round couch with the lamp above it. Once again with the carpet here. Huge king size bed with the kind of leather backdrop.
Okay, I don't know about the finishes on this level. It's not really my taste. But the fact that you get 3 bedrooms next to each other is a major plus.
Now coming into my favorite part of probably the house, I can't lie.
Yeah.
We have this walk-in wardrobe. It is incredible.
Wow.
We've got so much space. We've got this huge skylight that runs down the whole of it.
Wow, they really love natural light, right? I mean, the fact that the closet is open to the southwesting exposure is already great, okay? You can really see the clothes, you can pick it and everything. And then they went ahead and added a skylight to it to make sure it's extremely lit. And it's massive. Pretty damn good.
Through to the ensuite, it is stunning in here too. We've got the freestanding bath in this kind of bespoke wooden wall, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's obviously added on. We've got little recesses in there for products, and we've got the frosted glass window there.
It's very small. It's a very, very small primary bathroom. They really went closet heavy, okay? And sometimes you have to make sacrifices, okay? But this is a flaw. For a primary suite of this caliber, it's not ideal. I think one of the things that is happening on this, upper floor, the footprint of the upper floor is smaller than downstairs. They were only able to get 3 bedrooms in there, and they had to make some sacrifices, right? They had that foyer for the kids' bedrooms to share to, maximize efficiency for the floor. And also the bathroom for the primary suite is very, very small.
Here's the shower. Yes, it's this big. So we've got a massive recess here with mirrors, and then check out the size of that shower head. Massive rainfall shower head. We also have underfloor heating throughout.
Okay, one of the major flaws that I'm seeing that is consistent, it's not that they were cheap, because they've spent a ton of money on a lot of different things, okay? But when it came to kitchen countertops, bathroom sinks, the choice of marble or quartz in this matter they chose was very, very mediocre, okay? When you go all out like this on everything else, it's really weird where you cheap it out with really common quartz that you see in, $500,000 properties. You really have to elevate that. You really have to change that to keep the caliber up.
Now, I'm going to take you up. Sorry, I really wanted to stand here in the little box, but I'm now going to take you up to the final floor of the house and show you the rest of the bedrooms. I'll see you up there. We're now on the final floor of the property, so let's go check out this first bedroom up here.
So did you spot the flaw? I give you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The guest bedrooms are above the owner's level, right? Meaning your guests have to go through the owner's level to get to their guest bedrooms. And that's not ideal. You always want a separation between where your family sleeps and where your guests sleep. Plus, if you have grandpa, grandma sleeping over, there's no elevator in this property. They have to go 2 sets of stairs to get to the guest bedrooms, and that's not ideal. Now you're thinking, Arvin, what about that weird room that you criticized on the ground level? Well, that one didn't have a shower. There was 2, his and her bathrooms next to it, but no shower.
We've got the access point out there to the balcony, inbuilt storage, TV with the Sonos speaker, and then in here, have a very nice ensuite. I'm liking the kind of grey tones here.
Do you see? Again, tile, quartz, really cheap finishes. When it came to actual finishes, they really cheaped it out, and they spent a ton of money on everything else. So very weird choice for me.
So then up here as well, we have this kind of little sitting area. We've got the artwork, some cozy chairs. I
don't think you will ever sit there. I would have really much rather would have seen built-in storage here, because I still haven't seen that much storage in a house this big. No one's going to lounge there. No one's going to sit there. In
here, we have another bedroom, which is very similar to the one we were just in. Slightly different design with the interior style and a smaller bathroom. But other than that, identical. Right, so now we are in the final bedroom of the tour. Once again, inbuilt storage. We've got this kind of zigzag wallpaper here. And I love how the bedrooms up here, how the roof, you can see it goes doot, doot, doot.
Yeah, follows, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a nice minimalistic white furniture in here too, with kind of a desk area with the TV.
Okay, so 3 bedrooms on the attic level. That's 6 bedroom totals. You got a lot of bedrooms out of the way, but beside the privacy issue, there is no elevator in this house. So to get from this level to the basement, you have to go through 3 sets of stairs to get there, and that's inconvenient. Now, there's this modern resort in Saudi Arabia, and I critiqued the villa and the resort in my second channel. You can check it out here. And this is a link to another UK property in Surrey that I critique. So check that out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.